In this part of regional India, nestled between Punjab and Haryana, dreams take flight. Here, villagers use planes and ornaments to celebrate young people who've gone abroad.
करीब यानी कि पूरे इंडिया ਤੋਂ यानी कि ਸੰਗਤ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸ਼ਰਧਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਹਾਜ਼ ਚੜਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੰਮ ਬਣਦੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ-ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਫੇਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ.
Barely out of high school, they take up English coaching classes, hoping any of the thousands of migration agents here will help them get to countries like Canada, the UK, and especially Australia. 19-year-old Brinjal received her enrolment certificate for a private college in Adelaide last December.
सभी को ये था कि ये एक्साइटमेंट थी कि अब तो वीज़े का वेट है, मतलब कि अब तो जाने की, मतलब कि वो सबको ये था कि भाई ये जाएगी तो फिर मतलब कि पैकिंग के मतलब कि जो बैग बुक थे वो लेके आ गए थे.
Her migration agency, World Visa Advisors, assured her they'd done everything right. She passed her English exam, completed her medical, and paid all the required fees.
इनका भी ये रिस्पॉन्स था कि वो यहाँ बाहर जाके कोई अच्छा काम करे और अपने पैरों पे खड़े होकर, मतलब कि हमें भी आगे कोई अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा कि हम भी आगे कुछ कहने लायक है, आगे गांव में भी शहर में भी भाई हमारी लड़की ने भी कुछ किया है, मतलब कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाकर भाई.
Brinjal was due to start her business diploma in July, but as the date got closer, she still hadn't received her study visa from the Australian government. So, her brother Ajay visited the World Visa Advisors office in Chandigarh, a 2-hour drive away.
ताला लगा हुआ मिला तो उन्होंने नीचे वाले ने बताया कि जो ये है ये तो 15 दिन से यहाँ से ताला लगा के जा चुके हैं.
ये तो बहुत बड़ा फ्रॉड हो गया हमारे साथ, बस दिन अच्छे नहीं था ये.
Brinjal's father, Satpal, is a farmer and he drives a cab to make ends meet. Satpal says he took out a $13,000 loan against his farm to pay for his daughter's education.
11 महीने का टाइम उसने दे रखा है, अभी 11 महीने तक पैसे देंगे ठीक है, नहीं तो उसके बाद फिर अपना बिजली का.
Ajay filed a complaint at the local police station, where he says the officer in charge told him all the documents they'd paid for and received were fake. The police allege the same agency has duped scores of families across northern India.
कोई जी रहा है, कोई मर रहा है, कोई मतलब नहीं किसी न किसी का, बस पैसे खाने थे, अपना खा कर एक पास हो गए.
हमने 9,20,000 रुपया दिया टोटल उनको.
We went to the World Visa Advisors office in Chandigarh. Looks like the whole place is abandoned. We've also made multiple attempts to call the office and their advisors, but couldn't get through. Police have arrested some of the agents and have told 730 the alleged fraud is worth at least $1.2 million.
ये लगा कि जो मेरे सपने थे वो सब चूर हो गए.
An air of desperation runs through cities like these in northern India. Young people are dissatisfied with their work opportunities and want to leave, and they're willing to place their trust in just about anyone to get them out. In the first half of this year, this police station alone has heard complaints from families who have been scammed out of $4.5 million in immigration fraud. In July, a father from Punjab died by suicide after his daughter was given a fake admission letter for a different Australian college. The woman declined an interview but spoke over text.
It is very painful to lose a father, and he was very upset because of the fraud done with us.
Last month, the Australian government announced a cap on international student enrolments. The federal government's also more than doubled the student visa application fee and introduced higher English proficiency requirements. The rules were introduced to curb net migration and stamp out fraud in the industry. India is the second largest source of international students in Australia.
Australia is making it difficult actually. The student want to go over there, they want to get an exposure, and if they love that country, it's good for you.
Sonia Dhawan is the founder of a popular visa company in India. She says she's seen a steady drop in students across her 73 branches.
Australia is having a problem onshore. They are not able to control the students who are coming over there or the people who are coming over there on other visas. They're not able to control the students who are switching the colleges. So they're not able to control the problem in their own house. So they are started cleaning the offshore actually.
She believes the changes could fuel a rise in unethical practices by migration agents in India.
So I think this will increase the more fraud. When the thing is in a scarcity, it's always going to create a curiosity. And the curiosity will give up money to the wrong people.
A spokesperson from the Department of Home Affairs said the student visa regulations are intended to ensure that only genuine students are granted visas to study in Australia. I reach out to Prinjal's family again because I want to know more about the Australian college she was supposed to attend, called Willows Institute in Adelaide. Does that college know about the alleged migration agency fraud? I'm not sure. I jump online to see what I can find. And I haven't been able to find much. There's a stock standard website, a Facebook page with 20 followers, an Instagram page with 0 posts, a couple of negative Google reviews, and there's not much on the owner. I dig out names of the company's directors. I don't have many details for the current director, apart from an address in South Australia. I also try a bunch of listed phone numbers, but they all ring out. Then I finally get someone. One of the directors is calling me back, so let's see what it says. Hello? The former director refuses to answer questions about the company and says he doesn't know why it was registered before hanging up. You started the website and you started the company, and we've got people alleging that this is... There wasn't much more I could do in New Delhi, so I asked my colleague in Australia, Ange Danellen, to visit the Willows Institute office in Adelaide. But it's empty. She visits the home of the current director. Hello? Oh, hello.
Hello? Is Dilpreet Singh here, please?
An associate tells us Dilpreet Singh's not home, but gets him on the phone.
The ABC's spoken to dozens of Indian international students that say they've paid thousands of dollars to study at Willows, only to learn they were not offered real visas or study courses.
Mr. Singh tells us he bought the business less than 2 months ago, and that our questions come as a surprise. He agrees to answer via email.
I reviewed all the complaints and found Willows Institute is not associated with any of these kind of activities. If whatever is claimed by your organisation is happened to be true, then we are victim of this scam.
7:30 contacted the National Regulator for the Vocational Education and Training Sector. A spokesperson revealed Willows Institute was subjected to a compliance audit after receiving a referral from the Department of Home Affairs in May last year. Its registration was then cancelled in June this year due to the seriousness of the issues identified and in order to mitigate the risk of any further harm. The regulator has also received a complaint indicating that Willows Institute may not be genuine. In his email, Mr. Singh rejected this claim, telling 7:30 that Willows Institute was legitimate and that it's challenging the registration cancellation at the Administrative Appeals Tribunal. It's little comfort for the victims back in India who've already lost their life savings.
झूठे फ्रॉड को पुलिस क्या नहीं कार्रवाई कर रही, डंडे लाओ इनका, घेर कहें क्यों खाएंगे किसी के पीछे, मारे तो खाएंगे, हमारे पैसे वापस आने चाहिए।
पैसे वापस आ गए फिर?
हाँ, फिर हम इसको भेजेंगे बाहर, फिर बाहर भेजनी है जरूरी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया ही भेजेंगे।